Good morning. Ready to do calendar? All right, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Today is Thursday, May 21st. And it's partly cloudy outside my window today. All right, you ready for your last clue in the tricky guessing box? Tomorrow you have to guess. Let's remember the other clues. Clue number 1, there are 15 of them. Clue number 2, it is a rectangle. Clue number 3, you can hang it on a wall. And the last clue, clue number 4, it has you in it. What could it be? All right, tomorrow you get to guess. All right, remember today in Bible, we're reading part 2 of our missionary story. So let's remember where we left off yesterday. Remember, our missionary story is about a little girl named Catarina. And she loved going to Sunday school and listening to her teacher tell stories, but then her family moved to another village. And the new village didn't have a Sunday school teacher. And remember, we talked about how her Sunday school teacher was a missionary. So in her new village, the boys and girls in her new village wanted Catarina to tell them the stories. But remember how many stories she knew? 9. She didn't have a story for her last little finger. So that's where we stopped. So let's finish our story. Catarina thought that was a good idea the children had, that she would teach them. So she had the children sit around the big palm tree, and then she pinned up a sheet of white paper to the tree. Why do you think it was a plain white piece of paper? Why didn't it have a picture like her last Sunday school? Probably because the Sunday school teacher still has them. And in Catarina's new village, she doesn't have pictures. Oh, so they're going to have to use their imagination. Now, she said, you must imagine that in this picture there are hills, and on the hills there are shepherds with their sheep. And you certainly did have to imagine, for there was really not a single mark on that piece of paper. It is night, Catarina continued, and it is dark, very, very dark, when all of a sudden there is a great light. And who do you suppose made the light? It was the angels, come to tell the shepherds that Jesus was born. But who is Jesus? Asked one little boy. Catarina told them, and that was the first story. Oh, Catarina, the children said, we like your finger stories. Tell us some more. So Catarina told her new friends story after story about Jesus. She told them how he was born in a manger, how he healed sick people, and fed 5,000 people with one little boy's lunch. She told about how he died on the cross for our sins, and about how he came back to life again. All the stories that she knew, she told them over and over again, until many of the children knew them by heart. The children enjoyed the stories so much that they named Catarina's fingers after them. There was the shepherd finger, and there was the manger finger, and then there was the temple finger. Remember when Jesus got lost when he was 12 and his parents found him in the temple? Remember that story? That's the temple finger. And then there was the disciple finger when he called his 12 disciples. And then there was the sick finger. Remember when he made people that were sick well again? And then there was the lunch finger. Remember when he fed all those people with one little boy's lunch? And then there was this finger right here. there was the preaching finger. Remember, when Jesus taught people stories, that was called preaching. So that's the preaching finger. And then there was the sad finger, the cross finger. And then there was the happy finger, when he came alive again, the resurrection finger. But always, there was one last little finger that didn't have a story. One day, a new missionary came to Catarina's village. She gathered the women and children together and began to tell a Bible story to them. "Oh, we know how that story ends," the children said. "That is Catarina's third finger story." The missionary did not know about Catarina or her fingers, so she started to tell them another story. "Oh, we know that one too. That is Catarina's sixth finger story." "Who is Catarina?" the missionary asked, "and what is all this about her fingers?" Catarina came shyly forward. "I am Catarina," she said, "and I know a Bible story for each of these 9 fingers. But my 10th finger always remains empty. Can you tell me a story for this little finger?" When the missionary had learned more about Catarina, she said that she thought Catarina's 10th finger was a story. After Jesus rose from the dead, she said, just before he went up to heaven, he told the people something. He told them, "Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel." That means that Jesus wants us to tell people about him. I think that you, Catarina, have done what he said to do. That little finger is your go ye finger. Go ye into all the world. And that's the story of Catarina and her 10 fingers. Now she had a story for each finger. Did you like that missionary story? I did too. Well, tomorrow we're going to start another missionary story. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.